Hey guys, quick video this evening. I've just been had a post and a comment from Big D. He seems to think there's no such thing as a flipped or deals in Bristol. And yeah, you'll see I've had loads of rants about there's no deals anywhere because it's the fear, false expectations appearing real. So I haven't taken a look into this. I haven't jumped in, done any research before jumping onto this. Just put up a little splash page. Let's see if we can find a flip in Bristol using PropertyData. So I'm going to quickly whiz round. I've actually even closed my internet browser, so here you go. You can see everything else that's going on in the background. Let's head over to PropertyData. I'm just going to move myself down to the side. As I've explained before, I have a Max account on this website. I'm one of the heaviest users they've got. And that was definitely for sure on the plot map system last month. So what we're going to do, seeing as I've been told an area that we want to try and find a deal in, we're going to go to Source. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to Price Reduced, and then let's just type in Bristol, which I imagine. Let's have a quick look. What's a postcode for Bristol? As you can tell, I really don't know anything about this. I've been to the city. I've been to Bath, but not to Bristol once. So hopefully we'll be able to find something. Where's the city centre? Here you go. Tell me if I've got this wrong. Let's go with whatever that shop is. It'll give me a postcode. Here we go. BS1 and 3XD. So BS1. We'll just go with the centre of the city. Then I'm just going to head out by 15 miles. And there we go. That's 51 properties that have had at least a 15% price reduction. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click filters. And what I want to do is get rid of anything that has sold. So I'm just clicking apply there. So this now means we've got 43 properties that have had, that are at least 15% below where they were before. What I also want to do now is I'm just going to intersect those properties, and we're just going to have a look for something that's back on the market. So that means this is a property where the sale has fallen through. We've just got one that's come up there. We're then going to intersect the data again because I'm being kind of challenged to find something near here. So let's go with something with an annex. No, none with annexes there. Let's go with another one. So we want to see something where it's been, so we're already back on market, and we'll go with something that's a little bit slow to sell as well. So here we go, two of those. Clear that intersect. Finally, what else? Let's go with one for cash buyers only. Ta-da! Hopefully we've got some decent properties here, and there should be something in here. So here we go. We've got a property. This says it's now actually on a sale by auction, but I don't think Andrews actually have an auction house. Just off the top of my head, I used to be based in South London, and they didn't have an auction house when I was there. Just looking at the outside of it, it looks like it's a. I think I can see why it's going to be sold like this. It's because it's a cash buyers only, because it's an airy property, which means obviously it's going to be cash buyers only. But you can see the price on this has dropped to the face of a cliff: 275, 260, 240, 210. So as we come down, you see that's being sold, just in the description here, by I am sold on the modern method of auction. So you have to pay them a fee to do so. But look, here we go. We'll have a quick look down. So here you go, 300. So that's roughly saying it's worth around about 290, 300. So there you go. I'm going to say it's worth about 300 grand. It's on for 210. What would you say is going to cost to brick up around the outside of the building and turn it into something like next door? I'm going to hazard a guess that I don't know how much I actually pay. A bricklayer. So bricklayer put up a whole extension for property for me recently. It cost us about 8 grand. So that's a whole brand new extension. So let's turn this, well, that's for the brickwork. So let's say doing the whole house just around the outside is going to cost us 10. So that's 210,000. So calculator. 210 plus, and here we go, plus 10,000. Okay, so that's 220. Then the other bit is we want to take two, so we've got a sales price of 300 grand. I'm going to times that by, or divide that by 1.2 to knock 20% margin off. And then I'm going to times that by 0.92, so that's 8% of the costs. We're going to take that 10 grand out that I said that we're going to do the refurb with. So we're at 230 minus 10 to do the works on the outside. There you go, even if it goes over. There you go, there's a deal. I can tell you straight away there's a deal. And even if you have to pay that 6 grand fee there, you're still in the money. You're still going to make 20% margin. So there you go. I've called you straight out on the first one. Next up, St Clemens Court, 175. So this price reduced. It's back on the market. It's chain free, and it's near a university. And so what you can see here is, look, when you look on market, you see it then drops, and then there's a massive gap, and it drops again. And that massive gap is where the property has been on the market for sale. Here you go, you can see how big the property or the floor plan of the property is. And again, let's have a look. It says it's 2-bed flat for 175. Flats here, looking at it 220, 220, 175. It's at the bottom end of it, which is what this one's on for. So it could just be worth that amount. Here you go again, 210. So it's looking like it's not necessarily going to be a great flip if you wanted to do it, because there's not going to be enough money in it. But so here we go. So let's go with 210. Make it slightly cautious. Divide that by 1.2, 175. So there you go. There's a 25% margin before cost. So times that by 0.92. So if you can, there we go. 1 second. Let's do that again. 210,000 divided by 1.2. Times that by 0.92, which is 8% for your costs. So if you can get that property for £161,000, which I'm guessing these guys are gagging for a deal now, then there might be another 20% deal there. Just saying, might be a deal there. Might be a deal there might be one in Bristol. Who knows? Here we go. We've got another one just coming up. The Gardens. It's on Yopa. So that means you're going to end up being able to actually check direct to the vendor. Possibly try and book it out at a weird time just to make sure we get in there. Here, look, the price has gone all over the place. Look at it. It was on 600, dropped to 575, dropped down to 500, 490. Then it had a sale agreed in May. They put it back on in November when it fell through, and now at 500. So we know they're going to take 490. We know they're going to take 490 because they've taken it before. So here we go. So let's have a quick look down here, just in the details. Looking down here, it looks like there's probably a little bit hard to get comps on the place. 400, 500. So that might be why this one's sticking, because it is actually just being listed way over its actual value. Let's have a look. Let's have a look how big the property is. Here you go in the bottom. It usually says in the bottom here how big it is. So 16,000 or 16,078 square feet. So 1678 times by. Here we go, and up here it's going to give you an average price per square foot. So let's say it's 290. So yeah, that property is actually on for its market value. Here we go, we've got another large property here as well. Just looking at it, again, it's had a lot of reductions, 650, 625, 570, 500, it's just dropped down to 485. 25% from the original listing, £430 a square foot. Here we go, let's have a look. How much is it on for? 485, what's in the area? Semi-detached houses seem to average, just looking through, yeah, about 400, 490. Wow. But this property, it just looks like that is overpriced. But I have found you 2 properties that I would say are deals in the area. The other way you can do it, and I have shown this before, is let's go with another one here. Let's go to Bristol. Bristol city centre. Hopefully that's going to not throw us up too many ones. We're going to expand that area. Expand. There we go. So we're in the city centre of Bristol. This is probably the closest I've ever got to Bristol. Got the spreadsheet here, £1 per square foot. Let's have a look what's sitting here on the top left. It's not hugely below over there. So there you go, that's not hugely below what they're averaging out at. But I would say the average actually is sitting a little bit higher. But you can see here, look, not far from the University of Bristol, near a university, chain free, 475. What's the other ones working at? 500, 580. They must have a little bit of value added into them or something else. But if so, there's about 100 grand difference on that one. Compared on for sale locally, that's looking like it's more like it, isn't it? 475. Let's have a quick look and jump in and see how big the property is. So 17,000 square feet. So 17,000 square feet, just based on these ones down here. Look, these ones that are cheaper, the smaller ones. So that's up near the top end of it. Coming down here, yeah, they're the smaller ones. I'm not sure why the property is not appearing. But there you go, you get the idea. Look, if that is, as it says, £281, if it is 1690 times by, it said on that little average there at 310. There we go, we've got a 500 grand house. Not that, you know, they're not the biggest deal in the century, but still a deal. And yeah, there's more, just as you can look around, you can find more deals and stuff in here as well. Look, 689 square feet. That is crying out to be a 2-bed. Unfortunately, it's already been sold. So you might be proving me partially right here, but that looks like a proper doer-upper, doesn't it? There you go. You could easily turn it into a nice 2-bed flat if you're a little quicker on it. Anyway, so I got called out, and I think I've answered. Yeah, there's 2 deals in your local area. If you want to go get those, then no deal sourcing fee on me. Just sign up to PropertyData, get using it, finding your own deals, and that'd be fantastic. Also, as I've got a little, I've done this just quickly on the fly. I haven't put any discount codes up in a little while. If you are interested in using PropertyData, up there, then sign up using the code ZEB. Use the link that I've given you there, which is Cutley, cutt.ly/PropertyData with a capital P and a capital D. That's going to help you get that 50% off your first month. You'll also get a 14-day free trial as well. So that's going to then end up giving you equivalent of about a month free. So yeah, there are deals everywhere. If you don't want to believe there's deals there aren't. But you can easily, as I've just shown you, find them.